Hey guys, good evening right now. So thank you for everybody watching this show. Welcome to A&K Sport Forum. This show is called the Couch Corner of the Sport. I'm your friend, Con Cherry.
And I'm Anthony McLean. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. So right now, you don't believe that it's already November right now, and also it's the winter season have already started. So what do you think about the long winter season, Anthony McCain?
Well, the weather's changing from like night and day. It's 1 minute it's very mild, and next day it's frozen. Sometimes it reminds me of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the way they play.
Okay.
Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It's very simple.
Yeah. Then also, are you ready for the snow in the winter time?
Of course, there's going to be quite a bit of snow. We had a good summer, long summer, and I expect to have a pretty good, rough winter. I mean, it's usual. It's part of life, I guess. We live in Canada.
Okay, and one thing is good for maybe 5 days. Now it's turned to a little bit warm, and after that will be very cold, right?
Of course. It's a natural thing, but once again, you got to be protective. Keep wearing your mask and try to stay away, social distancing. It's very, very important that you do that, because there's very many people in the world that are, dying, and that's not good. Especially all your loved ones. And I say that with sincerely, because it's very, very difficult times that we're all going through, and not just Canada, United States, but also all over the world. So it's very, very serious. I hope you take this very, very serious, because without our help and everybody else communicating and doing the jobs they're supposed to do,
Yes.
this will never go away unless we start to really act.
Yeah, so I hope everybody have a very safe day, and take care for yourself and your community. So we hope everybody could be okay in that critical moment right now. So okay, back to our the hockey topic right now. First of all, we're talking about the NHL upgrade news. Any upgrade news, Anthony McCain?
Well, apparently there's supposed to be some veteran players. The Maple Leafs picked up Joe Thornton, of course, and they got VC from the Buffalo Sabres, which is a very young player, has a lot of talent. Wayne Simmons, who's been traded maybe to 6 different teams in the last 4 years. He's got veteran presence. Of course, they're only paying him 1 year salary, $700,000, I believe. Thornton, who's 41 years old, they could probably use him on the power play. He's got a lot of experience. That might help Toronto on the power play. He's not as fast as he used to be, but he's still pretty good. And of course, the Maple Leafs got rid of a lot of good players like Kapanen and Cody Cece's gone, Tyson Barrie's gone. There's a lot of good players that Toronto are missing, but in return they got back some experience, really. But that's not what it's all about. Today's hockey is nothing but speed. Experience is great, but if you don't have the speed, you could have all the experience in the world if you don't get to the puck first.
Okay, so thank you about Anthony McCain, the NHL, the hockey upgrade news. So right now the part 2 is we talking about the season is already over, right?
That's right.
So we're talking about the season reviews and 2019 to 2020 NHL season review. Furthermore, we're talking about the 5 teams in Eastern Atlanta. First team, we're talking about Tampa Bay. What do you think of Tampa Bay?
Well, Tampa Bay, like I said, they were a contender for the Cup. They wanted to prove to the world that it was a mistake they made. On our last video when we talked, I mentioned that Tampa Bay is probably the candidate to win the Cup, and they did. They proved it. Now they don't have to... Nobody has to say that, it was a fluke or whatever, that you know, they won. They won without Stamkos. You know, this is the thing. They won without Stamkos. I mean, yeah, he played a game and he scored a big goal, but that's only to get his name on the cup, you know, because they needed him to score or to get some kind of an assist. But again, Tampa Bay, they deserve to win it. They were the best team. Unfortunately, for Boston, they never were.
Okay, so congratulations about the
Tampa Bay Lightning, yeah,
get
they
the
Stanley Cup champions, yeah.
Oh, the second team we're talking about Boston, right?
Well, Boston, I don't know if they signed Chara. I think they did sign Chara for one more year. I think they lost Torrey Krug. Unfortunately for Boston, Torrey Krug was an upcoming star. He was a great player, great defenseman for Boston. I don't know if Boston's going to be the same without him, but I can assure you that they're going to have a tough time on defense because Chara's getting older. I mean, what can he do? What more can he do? You know, he's got a Stanley Cup ring on his finger, and at least he has that. But Boston needs help on defense.
Yes, I used to remember Boston is always get a very strong defense.
Very strong, but now I don't know about the year coming up. It's going to be very tough for Boston. Buffalo, if you want to talk about Buffalo.
No, how about
I think the Buffalo Sabres are going to show some really stuff finally because they got some good players. You know, Eric Stahl, they picked up. He's a great center. Always played great for Carolina. You know, Eric Stahl is a great player. So they picked up some good hockey players in the draft and also in the trade market there, free agency.
Okay, how about the last team? Is we talking about the Montreal Canadiens?
Well, the Montreal Canadiens, you know, Ty Domi there, who left the Montreal Canadiens, and now they picked up that player from the Columbus Blue Jackets. I forget his name, but I'm pretty sure you all know who I'm talking about. He's not a bad hockey player. He's a good player, very fast. He scores goals. Jake Allen, they picked up another goalie who's a much better backup. That's going to relieve Carey Price from all the duties. Montreal's going to be a good team. You know, the Suzuki, who's played great in the playoffs. Kotkaniemi was an amazing player in the playoffs. So yeah, they're going to be a different team. They're going to show some people some good stuff. But be careful. You know, this Montreal team, you can never count them out.
Yes. Okay, the last team is Florida. How about their performance for the last season?
Regarding who? Sorry.
The Florida.
The Florida
Yeah.
Panthers.
The Panthers,
yeah.
yes.
Well, the Florida Panthers, they you know, their goalie's done well. You know, they need to, you know, speed it up a little. It was their Joe Quenneville's first, you know, year coaching. Really, you know, you really can't give a year and expect them to do even further than what they got. But they made the playoffs. You know, I think they made the playoffs. They were out in the first round, but they did pretty good considering. You know, I mean, but I think this year they're going to be good too. So, I mean, the Leafs have their hands full. There's going to be a lot of good teams that are going to be better. And no matter how much they try to improve their team, the other teams are just going to get just as good.
So